I'm right now in Rishikesh. I just received an invitation of a friend to make a story about my next plans, which are about doing sadhana here in India. Sadhana means spiritual practice. In this case, I would be doing another 10-day Vipassana course. Vipassana is a meditation about objective observation of what is happening in the body sensations. There are different ways of practicing Vipassana. I'm doing the Wenka one, so it's focused on scanning the body, first of all becoming aware of the air in the nose. This we do the first 2 days, then we lower the area of awareness to just down the nostrils, so we can start perceiving and getting more sharp the mind in the sensations that we can have, and then we start scanning all the body. So the main intention of this is that you can become aware, you can practice to understand every part of your body has some sensations happening all the time. We're in contact with air, we're in contact with the clothes. So you can become aware and sharp the mind, train the mind to learn to feel these little details. And while doing that, you can also be aware of what's happening inside the body when you perceive cravings or when you perceive energy of aversion, of pushing things away. And normally, the people who is not training this will tend just to react. When I receive information from the outside through our external senses, that they perceive consciousness from the outside, so we see outside, we listen outside, so we receive hearing consciousness, visual consciousness, even mental consciousness, thought and emotions. Just light went out. Anyway, so we receive this consciousness and then we create a taste. We create a feeling of pleasantness or unpleasantness. And then normally, because we are not trained to observe this in an objective way, we tend to react. We tend to attach, to clinch to the sensation when it's pleasant, like a nice food, a nice view, a nice shape that I like, a nice smell, a nice thought. And then we can just go surfing in the thought and get loose in fantasizes, maybe thinking in the past, maybe thinking in the future, forgetting the awareness of the here and now and what's happening in my consciousness spheres, lost in my physical sensations. So this is kind of the training for saying in a rough mode. There is also one point when we start, they call it the sitting of determination. It's a strong purpose of doing at least 1 hour without moving. This again, because when we tend to receive unpleasant sensations that can be observed like pain, we tend to move, like I feel pain when I'm sitting 15-20 minutes and then I start feeling like my leg is crumbling or something. So at some point we can also learn to observe this without reacting, and then we train the mind to, in a deep subconscious level, we don't react when something is getting unpleasant, when something is getting noisy, when something is getting aversion energy. So this would be the point, and that's kind of the purpose. So again, right now in Rishikesh, maybe one more day. Tomorrow I leave to see another friend. He comes from a family that pray for Lord Shiva, and I'm interested to see this other part of spirituality, mostly towards Shiva. Shiva, this means that what is not. So it's not only the personification of this four-armed being, but it's the energy, the elemental force of either transformation, of breaking the things as they are so they can be renewed, but also the power of creation in this emptiness, that the emptiness is nothing, it's full of life, but it's empty. So this is another very interesting concept. Shiva is represented in initiation ways through this elemental force. So tomorrow I go with him. We will do some Shiva things, and then next to the Vipassana in a very beautiful special place where the Buddha was living, or Siddhartha, because they're having many Buddhas, there are many Buddhas and there will be many Buddhas. So yeah, this is for now the first update. Let's see what happens. See guys, even consciousness meditates. So this is the Shiva representation, having a deep state of dhyana and observation. Let's go catch the train. Okay, train is supposed to arrive from here. It's a little bit crowded. People sleeping in the floor. I guess it's normal here. But yeah, let's see. We're waiting the bus. And in my train, they give me this. Surprisingly, the train was, wow, so good. Like the past train was a little bit chaotic and I was kind of scared. I was like, oh my god, how I will manage to, you know, like I would need to be in warrior mode to find a place. This is quite comfortable. Food and this. Well, finally I'm here. Oh my god, it was so long, this journey. Also, it was a bit challenging. Oh. Like this, everywhere. Let's walk to the center.